Yo, boom. The ting goes.
So yesterday, the Spurs traded Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green to the Raptors for Jakob Poeltl, DeMar DeRozan, and a 2019 first-round pick. And in my opinion, I think the Raptors significantly won this trade by a long shot. Won this trade is because they didn't trade away Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, or Pascal Siakam, all three pieces of their young core and their future. And I thought that if they were going to trade for Kawhi Leonard, that they'd have to trade at least one piece, but they didn't end up trading any. And instead, they traded DeMar DeRozan, a superstar. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but they were looking to shop him for 2 years anyway. I think it was great that they traded him at his highest value because they were going to have to move on from him sooner or later, and it's great that they did it for a top 5 player in the NBA in Kawhi Leonard. I honestly do feel bad for Raptors fans. I know that DeMar DeRozan meant a lot for the city, but still, they were going to rebuild, go into a rebuilding process sooner or later. I'm not that they're going in now, but still, they were going to have to move on from him. And they did get a really good 3-and-D player in Danny Green and a top 5 player and former Defensive Player of the Year in Kawhi Leonard. So I really like this trade for the Raptors because even if Kawhi Leonard does leave and goes to the Lakers or another team next year in the offseason, they still didn't trade away on any of their young core. Because, if they would have traded away their young core, then it would only been a 1-year rental. But even if he does leave, the season wasn't a success. If they made the Eastern Conference Finals, the finals, no matter what. And maybe Kawhi Leonard might stay. Maybe if the Raptors make the finals, steal a game or two on the Warriors, then maybe that would be enough for Kawhi Leonard to stay. Although I do think Kawhi Leonard is going to the Lakers next year. Maybe there's a chance that he could stay in Toronto because in the NBA, anything could happen. Anything could happen in the NBA. Now for the Spurs. I know that the Spurs didn't want any young talent because obviously Greg Popovich wouldn't trade for young talent because he's most likely going to retire after the 2020 NBA season. So I understand I didn't want young talent, so they wanted to get a superstar to try to compete for the next 2 to 3 seasons, depending on when Pop retires. But in my opinion, I think that they should have went for did a trade with the Lakers for Brandon Ingram or Kyle Kuzma or whoever the Lakers were offering. I do understand that they still want to try to compete with DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, but I just don't think it was the best trade for the Spurs. I do think that they should have gotten a young, talented player for Kawhi Leonard and not just a superstar who's 28 years old and still at his peak and just entering his prime. Don't get me wrong, DeMar DeRozan is still a great shooting guard. But I don't know. I just don't like this trade for the Spurs because I really do wish that they got some young talent from anywhere, not just the Raptors, like the Lakers, the Celtics, the Sixers, any other team. Piece in this trade is Danny Green because the Raptors, like I said before, have been looking for a 3-and-D guy for quite some time, and they do need shooting. And Danny Green, although he's getting up there in age, still a great top 5 shooting guard defender in the league and a great 3-point shooter. And I think he'll fit really nicely in this Raptors team. And the Raptors are going to have a really good defensive team, maybe number 1 in the league, and it might not even be close. Kyle Lowry, although he's getting up there in age and he's not as good as he used to be, he's still a good player and a good defender. Danny Green, like I said, top 5 shooting guard defender in the league. Kawhi Leonard, former Defensive Player of the Year. And then they got OG Anunoby, who played pretty good defense on LeBron, although LeBron still swept the Raptors. And they also got Serge Ibaka, or Ibaka, whatever you like to call him. Jonas Valanciunas and Pascal Siakam. All those guys are really good defenders. I think the Raptors are going to be a great defensive team this year. The Spurs will probably most likely going to make the playoffs. I do not see them missing the playoffs unless an injury happens or something. DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge are going to fit pretty nicely together. I see the Spurs as a 6th, 5th, 4th seed. I don't really see them. I think they got better than last year, obviously, because Kawhi Leonard didn't play. And they're adding a nice young player in Jakob Poeltl. I don't know how to say his name that well. And DeMar DeRozan. I don't think he's a superstar. I think he's a really good player. But yeah, like they're gonna have DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, small forward. I don't like Kyle Anderson's the Grizzlies. Whoever they start, small forward, LaMarcus Aldridge. They'll have a nice young team, good team. And they're going to have a really good mid-range shooter in DeMar DeRozan, although he's not that great a defender. But DeJounte Murray was an All-NBA defender this year. And LaMarcus Aldridge was a second-team All-NBA this year. Or third-team, I can't really remember. But he was an All-NBA player this year. And I do think the Spurs got better, obviously because Kawhi Leonard didn't play last year. But still, the Spurs did get better from this trade. In the end, I do think that the Spurs did lose this trade. And I think the Raptors really did win this trade, even if Kawhi Leonard leaves. I could see that the Raptors being, I'm not too sure where they'll be in the seeding in the East. Probably first, second, or third season. Maybe winning around 50 to 60 games, per se. I think that they will get the number 1 seed. Will they make the finals? I don't really know. I still kind of have the Celtics making the finals. But you never know with the Celtics. Because, I don't know, Gordon Hayward might not be back right away. Or maybe Kyrie can't stay healthy or something. So, I think the Raptors do have a really good chance of making the finals. And maybe if they win a game or two off the Warriors, maybe that would be enough for Kawhi Leonard to stay. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Leave a like. This is just my reaction to the trade. I know it happened yesterday, but I wasn't really home yesterday to make a video. Leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already. I make videos like this. I talk about the NBA a lot, so I think you'll really like my channel. If you're new, so comment, subscribe, like the video, and peace.